The Olympics in Paris will be unlike any other when they get started in about 8 days. Organizers wanted to avoid building big, expensive stadiums and instead are putting up temporary stadiums or using existing venues all over the city. And Denver agricultural firm Populous played a big role in getting all of that done.
That's right. Matt Renew will be covering the Olympics in Paris. He joins us now from our Olympic newsroom. Matt, Populous has been involved, of course, with the Olympic construction for a long time, but the Olympics in Paris, this means doing things a little differently for them.
They will, Jordan, Corey. Good morning. You know, Populous has been doing architectural work with the Olympics dating back to the Atlanta Olympics, and then they've been a part of the games ever since, both winter and summer, usually helping to build big stadiums and Olympic parks. But in Paris, the plan called for building temporary venues at iconic locations to avoid building anything too big.
When it comes to building Olympic venues,
we designed the Sydney, the London and the Sochi Olympic Stadium.
Architects like Francois Clement with Denver-based Populous
High engineering quality.
Have a lot of experience.
Populous has been involved in the Summer Olympic Games since 1996, Atlanta.
But at the 2024 Olympics in Paris, they have a bigger plan.
Working at 38 venues at the same time. It's like designing 38 stadia at the same time, and it requires a lot of organization.
For a much smaller Olympic build.
Real attempt to reduce the overall cost of the game.
Constructing temporary venues at iconic locations.
All of those are venues. They are open venues because they are temporary.
Or modifying existing venues, like building this small field hockey facility next to the historic Yves de Manoir Stadium.
It's a small stand that will be the stand of the field of play B.
The idea is to reduce costs by avoiding building big expensive stadiums and put Olympic venues all over the city, turning Paris into one big Olympic park.
Paris will be different. It's not an Olympic village, it's an Olympic city. It will be in the heart of the city itself.
An Olympic city, Francois says, has already been built, about as good as it gets.
A perfect scenery for what will be an exceptional event.
Such a great city. It's going to be an exciting Olympics. And the model that they're using in Paris is the same one that Los Angeles will use when they host the Summer Olympics in 4 years, putting up temporary venues and using a lot of existing venues. In fact, the mayor of Los Angeles has taken several trips to Paris to see how they're planning for their Olympics and then try to improve upon that. Reporting from the Olympic newsroom, I'm Matt Renew, 9 News.
I love how they're changing the thinking about this, Matt, because I mean, you've reported on so many Olympics now, and we've seen these Olympic stadiums, they go up, they cost millions of dollars, and then nothing happens with them after.
You're right, Corey. You really see it down in Rio, where they spent a lot of money on a lot of big stadiums that are just sitting empty right now. And so the new plan going forward is this one. Just use your stuff that you've already got, put up some temporary venues that you can take down, and then reduce the burden on your taxpayers so they're not paying for all this stuff for decades to come.
Yeah, and who has to pay for those other facilities? It's the people who live there for years to come, so this saves some money as well. Matt, thank you very much.